So already we have seen the types of petals, sepals, that is the calyx and corolla. The next point in the same chapter is the aestivation. Now what is aestivation? Aestivation is nothing but the arrangement of sepals and petals of a flower in relation to one another in a bud condition. That is called as aestivation. So you have a sepal or sepals of a calyx. Then what is the arrangement of these individual sepals in relation to the other sepals the present in that particular calyx? In the same way, if you have petals of same corolla, then what is the arrangement of these petals in relation to the other petals in the same corolla? And this arrangement is called as the aestivation. Now we have the types of aestivation. Starting from the first one, that is the valvate aestivation. Now in valvate aestivation, what we have margins of the sepals or either the petals. They just touch with each other, they do not overlap each other. So in the first figure, if you look at these margins they are touching each other, but none of the margin is overlapping the other margin. And this type of aestivation is called as the valvate aestivation. Second is your contorted or twisted aestivation. As the name suggests, the arrangement is slightly twisted. So the margins of sepals or the petals overlap each other regularly. So in the second figure, if you look at that, if two ends of a petal, one will be outside, one will be inside. That is, one is overlapping and the other end is overlapped. Same way, all of the other four are also arranged in the same manner. That is, one of the end is overlapping and the other end is the overlapped. So that type of aestivation is called as the contorted or twisted. Then the third one is your imbricate aestivation. Now in imbricate aestivation, the arrangement is slightly different. That is, one of the sepal or petal is completely inside, whereas the other one is completely outside. And the remaining three, they have one end which is overlapping and the other end which is overlapped. So here, if you look at this, one of them is completely outside, whether one of them is completely inside. And the other three, they are having one end which is overlapped and one end which is overlapping. Then the next one, that is a quinquential. A quinquential, here the arrangement is again slightly different. Out of the 5 sepals or petals, 2 are completely external, whereas 2 they are completely internal. And one of them, remaining one, that is having one end that is overlapping and one end that is overlapped. And the last one is the vexillary type of aestivation. Now in vexillary type of aestivation, you have the posterior one, largest standard, completely overlapping the two lateral wings, and inside you have the two keels. The best example of it is the pea plant. Then we have the androecium. Now in androecium, that is the male reproductive structure of the flower. It is the essential whorl. So it is required to be flower, to be complete flower. Now androecium, individual male reproductive whorl, that is consisting of units called as the stamens, and each stamen would be having a long stalk-like structure. Now this stalk-like structure in some cases it may also be short or it may also be completely absent. Now this stalk is called as the filament, and this filament helps in the exposure of the anther lobes towards the outside. Now in some cases the filament, when it is absent, then it is called as the sessile stamen, as in case of the arum. Anther lobes, these are nothing but the sac-like structures present at the tip of the filaments, and each of them again contain 2 lobes. So in all we have 4 lobes or 4 cavities containing the pollen grains. In some cases, the stamens might be reduced into smaller structures called as the staminodes, and these staminodes might be sterile and non-functional, as in case of canna or as in case of cassia. So if you look at the flower of canna, the petals at the tip, they have small structures, and these are the staminodes, and these are the sterile stamens. Now, the two lobes of the anther or the two sacs of the anther, they are connected by a tissue that is called as a connective tissue. And this connective tissue contains the conductive strand providing the water. Then we have the cohesion of the stamen. फिगर आहे ना, क्या झालं फिगर? नाही चालू होतं, एडिट होतं नाही, एडिट नाही, ते परत उठून काय झालं नाही नाही विषय आला तर ध्यान आलं मला खूप टाकलं आला नाही किती केलं बरं का काय तर करून काय एवढं झालं काय माहिती काय हे जर यायला पाहिजे आपण कुठलं उचललं ध्यानात नाही आलं आता एक गोष्ट परत बोलायला लागेल हा तेवढं बोलायचं लागणार आता करणे पाहिजे याच्यात आहे ना दिसते तुला आता याच्यात नाही याच्यात फरक काय फोटो हे ऍड केलेले ओके नॅचरली यात कट केलेले नॅचरली जे याच्यात नाही आता ते झालंय काय की मी ते माझ्या असं 2 विंडो आले की इकडं आणि